10th standard CBSE question paper, and we are going to solve the objective questions which has come in today's exam. So this is the first question, and then we'll try to solve this. Some of the questions we will directly solve over here. So in this question, as you can see, uh, PT is a tangent to a circle with the center is O, and this angle TPO is 35 degrees. So then we have to find the measure of this angle. So we already know that if this PT is a tangent, if this is center, if you join O and T, then this angle will be 90 degree. If this and this angle is 90 degree and 35 degree, so this will be your external angle, and then X would be actually equal to 90 degree plus 35 degrees, which will be 125 degrees. You can do it in different ways too. That if this angle is 90, this angle is 35 degree. So what will be this angle? This angle will be say Y for the timing. So Y plus 90 degree plus 35 degree would be equal to 180 degrees. So Y would be 180 degrees minus 125 degrees. And then that would be actually equal to how much? So 5, so 55 degrees. Now, if this is y 55 degrees, so x plus y again will be actually equal to 180 degrees because this will be the basically pair of linear angles, right? So in this case, we can have 55 degrees and plus x equals to 180 degrees, and then again you get f as 125 degrees. So this is the first option. Okay. So now we can move to the next question. So the next question was about the probability of guessing the correct answer to a certain test question is x by 6. If the probability of not guessing the correct answer to this question is 2 by 3, then the value of x is. So if the probability of not guessing the correct answer, basically, so say correct answer, PC is the correct answer, probability of guessing the correct answer. So PC bar is given as 2 by 3. So PC can be 1 minus PC bar, and that would be actually 1 minus 2 by 3, and that we can take it as 1 by 3, but that is actually given equal to x by 6 looks like. So x by 6 should be equal to 1 by 3. If that being the case, then as you can understand, x will be actually equal to 2. So looks like this is the answer for this question. Okay. Okay, you can move to the next question. The third question would be, from a point on the ground which is 30 meters away from the foot of a vertical tower, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is found to be 60 degrees. The height of the tower in meter is. So what we have to do again? So this is a question wherein from here the angle of elevation is given to this tower. The height of this tower is h. The angle of elevation is 60 degrees, what is given here. And the point is 30 meters away. And so as we can see, this is ABC, this is 90 degree. So I can say tan 60 degree should be equal to h by 30, or h should be equal to tan 60 degrees root 3. So root 3 into 30, which should be equal to 30 root 3, right? So I think the answer should be 30 root 3, not 60 actually. So let's see, from a point again, just 30 meters away from the foot of the vertical, the angle of elevation, the top of the tower is found to be 60 degree. If I'm reading it correct, the height of the tower is, 30, 60. So tan 60 is root 3. So this should be 30 root 3. Okay, let's go to the next question, which is fourth question. Okay, so let me make it a little bit bigger. So in this question, in the given figure, O is the center of the circle, MN is the chord, this is the chord. Tangent ML at the point M makes an angle of 70 degrees with MN. Angle MONS. Okay. So, so again, so if this is the circle, right? So, and this is a chord, right? One of the thing is if this angle is 70 degree, then this angle will be 20 degree because this whole angle will be 90 degrees, right? So this angle should be 20 degrees. Now this OM and ON are equal because they are radius. So if this is 20, so this should also be 20 degrees. And now in this whole triangle, right? If you look at this triangle, this 20 degree plus 20 degrees plus this angle, we call it theta for the timing. So theta should be equal to 180 degrees. So sum of all this will be theta, right? So this will be 140 degrees then. So 40 degrees, and then this go this side. So this will be 140 degrees. Okay, I guess that's fine. Let's go to the next question. So if a pair of linear equations in two variables is consistent, then the lines represented by two equations are. So see, it could be intersecting or coincident because in both the cases that they will be consistent, right? So if this is how the lines are coincident, and if they are intersecting in both the cases, this will be the pair of linear equations will be consistent. So the D should be the answer for this one, intersecting or coincident. Okay. Then let's go to the next question. If the area of the sector of a circle is 720 of the area of the circle, then the angle at the center is equal to. So we know, I mean, generally we know the formula, right? So the formula is pi. So area of the sector of the circle is pi r square by into theta upon 360 degree. And this is given as 7 by 20 of the area of the circle, meaning that this is 7 by 20 into pi r square. Pi r square cancels out, and this will be 18. So then theta will be 226 degrees, 18 into 7. Yeah, so in this case, the answer would be D. Okay, let's keep going. Now the seventh question. If a digit is chosen at random from the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then the probability that this digit is an odd prime number. So it's a prime and odd both. So what are the prime numbers here? So 2, 3, 5, 7. These are the prime numbers, right? So odd prime number. So 3 would be one odd prime number, then 5 would be another odd prime number. Okay, odd prime number. And then 7 would be another prime number. And that's that. 8 is not a prime number, 9 is not a prime number. So the probability that this digit is an odd prime number. So number of favorable outcomes to this event choosing an odd prime number is 3 because there are these 3 outcomes. And then how many of them are there? There are basically 9 numbers are there. So there will be 3 upon 9. So actually this should be equal to 1 by 3. So for the seventh question, the answer should be A. So that's that, right? So I mean, you can check again in such questions, is just to double check that if you're going wrong somewhere. But the prime numbers would be actually 2, 3, 5, 7, but they're saying odd prime numbers, so 2 is not the one. So 3, 5, 7. So I think that should be the answer. So 3 upon 9. So yeah, let's go to the next question, which is 8th. So they're saying that if the diagonals of a quadrilateral divide each other proportionally, then it is a. So if the diagonals divide each other proportionally, okay. So what are the meaning over here is, if you remember one of the questions from your book is, so they're just saying that's proportionally. It's so this was one of those questions in your textbook, right? So wherein you would be drawing this line parallel, and then you can show this where this is to this will be equal to this is to this. So what they are looking at as to AO is to OC would be equal to BO is to OD, right? And that is gonna be the case for most of the cases, but I guess they're not looking at them to be divided basically equally, but proportionally. So out of these, this is what looks like would be the differences. AO is to OC. So because in this case, if you draw a line parallel to this, what will happen is that A is to OC will be actually equal to, we can say this is DE, for example. So DE is to EC. In the same way, you can say DO is to OB would be equal to D is to EC. So in this case, what will happen that AO is to OC actually will be equal to OD is to OB. Okay, so this is what it comes out to be, and in all other cases as well it would be, but I really don't know. So I think this is what they were meaning. So this will be trapezium. Uh, Now coming to this a ninth question. LCM of ABC is 3780, then X is equal to. So you know that when you are looking at LCM of three of these numbers, right? So first of all, you'll have to basically write down basically all the different factors which are there. So we have got a 2, we have got a 3, we have got a 5, we have got a 7, right? And then we have to take the highest power of this in all of these numbers. So highest power of 2 is 2, highest power of 3 in this case is, we really don't know whether it will be 1 or X. So it could be, I mean, it could be 1 or X, right? So right now let's keep it X because this is what we want to know. And then it will be 5. 5 would be to the power 1 and then 7. So this should be equal to 3780. So what should we do is that we should just factorize this. So this will be 18 and then 9 and 0. Then this will be 2930. Then this will be 3 is a 9 1 0, and then this will be 5 and then plus how come, so maybe something I'm doing wrong again. 1890 okay, don't know what, yeah, this is where I'm going wrong, don't know. 4 and 5, yeah, one sec. So yeah, so this will be 9 4 and 5, and then this will be 3 3s and 9 15, and 31 5 15, and then again 9. So as you can see, this 3, we can write this as 2 to the power 2, 3 to the power 3, and 5 into 7. So if I compare both of them, then X comes as 3, right? So X is coming out to be 3 if I have done the calculation right. Yeah, so check it again. You can just check again 3, 1 check 3 yeah, 3 3 yeah. So this is what it will be. Okay, now going to the next one, 10th. 2 coins are tossed simultaneously. The probability of getting at most one tail is at most one tail. Okay, so two coins are tossed. So there will be situation like this, that there will be head head, head tail, tail head, and tail tail. Basically, first coin is showing a head, second is also showing a head. First is showing head and tail and all that, right? So the probability of getting at most one tail. So at most mean 0 tail or 1 tail. So this is actually the 3 cases that will happen. So you can look at this and then say that at most 1 tail is 3 by 4. 3 is favorable case and 4 is total number of cases. So this should be 3 by 4, getting at most 1 tail. Or you could do it other way around as well, that getting maximum, basically getting 2 tails would be the case which you don't want. So getting 2 tails is 1 by 4. So getting uh, tails other than 2 would be 1 minus 1 by 4, which is again 3 by 4. So whichever way you do, you get the answer as 3 by 4. Okay, let's go to the next part, which is 11th question. If the mean of 5 observations is this, then the value of x is. So this is also a simple question wherein the mean is basically the summation of all these numbers divided by 5. So you sum up all of these, you get 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, and 5x. 5x plus 8 plus 6, 14, 14 plus 4, 18, 18 plus 2 is 20. And then there are actually 5 numbers that should be equal to 11. So you divide this will get as x plus 4 equals to 11, and x will actually come out to be 7. Okay, so this is your answer. Okay, now let's go to the next one. So zeros of the quadratic polynomials are, so in this case, if you know to factorize, well and good. If you don't, then you can just put the values and check again. So that's one way of doing it. So if you can do the factorization, 2 into 9 is 18. So you can factorize it as 2x square minus 6x plus 3x minus 9. Or then this will be equal to 0 just to find out the 0. So you can take 2x common. So this will be x minus 3. 3 common, x minus 3 would be equal to 0. So x minus 3 into 2x plus 3 would be equal to 0. So one of the answers would be 3, another will be minus 3 by 2 if you equate. So 3 and minus 3 by 2. So this is one way of doing it. And then you can look at this as a quadratic equation and see the sum of the, basically sum of the roots. So just to verify, so 3 minus 3 by 2, right? Sum of the roots would be actually 3 by 2. And in this case also, if I do the sum of the roots minus b by a, so this will be 3 by 2. If I do the product of the roots, this will be 3 into minus 3 by 2, which would be equal to c by a, which is basically minus 9 by 2 also. So yeah, this looks correct. So A is the answer. Okay, so let's go to the next part, which is 3. BC is 7.5. Then the length of DE is, so they are asking the length of D. Okay, so D is parallel to this, right? So what we know that if this is parallel, right? Think from the perspective that this is parallel, then this is equal, this is equal, this is equal, this is equal. And then this is a common angle. So this ADE, triangle ADE, is gonna be proportional to triangle ABC, right? So similar to, sorry, these two triangles. Then their sides would also be in the same ratio. So opposite to this angle is 2. So whatever is given, we will take it as in like AD is 2, AD is 2, AB should be equal to DE is to BC. So AD is 2, okay, BD is 3, DE is X unknown, BC is 7.5, okay. So this will be 25 12.5, so X will be 5. Okay, so this is what you get, 5. All right, so you can do this way. Then we can go to the 15th question. Cos theta is root 3 by 2 and sin phi is 1 by 2, then tan theta plus phi. So basically here you need to find out the theta and phi. So if the cos theta is root 3 by 2, then theta would be actually equal to how much? That's gonna be equal to 30 degrees. And if sin phi is equal to 1 by 2, then phi will be equal to 30 degrees as well. So both of them combined together, so this will be tan of 30 plus 30, which will be actually equal to tan 60 degree. Okay, and that should be equal to actually root 3. Okay, so yeah, so this should be equal to root 3. All right. So given HCF is this, LCM is this, then the value of K. So let's go to the next one. HCF into LCM will be equal to the product of these two numbers. So 2520 into 6600. HCF is 40. Okay. LCM is 252 into K. That should be equal to 2520 into 6600. So 252, so this is 10 times, and this is 4. And then this will be 4, and then Chavez, and then Chapachipis. So K looks like is 1650. Okay, so this is 1650. So we just do the calculation and you will get the answer. The next part is 17th. Is the sum of the first n terms of AP is 3n square plus 4n, and its common difference is 6. Find its first term. So simply put, the first term is S1 itself, right? So S1 is the first term. So If you put n equals to 1, then you will get the first term 3 into 1 square plus 4 into 1, and that will be equal to 3 plus 4, which is actually equal to 7. So that will be your first term. So S1 is simply put as the first term. This is what it should be. 3 into 1 plus 4 into 1, and that would be giving you 7. So this is your answer, 7. What should be subtracted from the polynomial so that 15 is the zero of the resulting polynomial? So what it is meaning is that if you put 15 into this, okay, then it should become 0. And if it is not becoming 0, then something has to be subtracted. So whatever be the remainder which comes has to be subtracted so that it becomes the zeros of the polynomial. So you just put the value of 15 here in this polynomial, which is 15 square minus 16 into 15 plus 30. So this will be 225. Okay, minus 16 into 15 is, which is 240 plus 30. Okay, so this will be minus 210, 225. So this will be 15. Okay, so looks like 15 has to be subtracted. Then you will, so if it is x square minus 16x plus 15, and if I put 15, then this will become the zero of the polynomial. So 225, this will become 240, and this will become 15. Of course, this will become 0, right? So the remainder has to be removed to make it now the 0 of the polynomial. So 15 has to be subtracted from here. Okay, let's go to the next part. 18, now 19 and 20 we will do, and then that will be that. So let's look at 19 and 20. So it's an assertion reasoning based one. So both are true and R is the correct explanation of A. Both are true but not correct. A is true, reason R is false, A is false. Okay. In a cricket match, a batsman hits the boundary 9 times out of 45 balls he plays, sorry, the probability that in a given ball he does not hit the boundary is 4 by 5. Okay. So rather than a given does not hit the boundary is 4 by 5. So probability of hitting the boundary is actually, if you look at 9 out of 45, which is 1 by 5. Okay. So not hitting the boundary is 4 by 5, which is looking correct. So PE plus P not E is equal to 1, which is also correct. So this is also correct. This is also correct. And why this is what we will get is because we will get probability of hitting the boundary as E, probability of not hitting the boundary as not E, and that will be actually equal to 1. And in this case, we know that the hitting the boundary is 1 by 5 plus P of not E is actually equal to 1. So P not E is actually equal to 4 by 5 by subtract, right? So both are true, and looks like R is the correct explanation of A, and reason R is the correct explanation of A. So for me, the answer here would be A. Okay, so let's go to the next part, which is the last one. So the point which divides the line segment joining the points A internally, the ratio 1:2 is this. Okay, we will calculate this. The coordinate is the point which divides the line segment joining the points A in the ratio m1:m2 r, m1 into x2 plus m2 into x1 divided by m1 plus m2, m1 y2 plus m2 y1 and m2. Okay, so this looks correct because this is what is the definition of. They didn't mention internally here. They should have, but assumption is that that's what it is. Internally, they should have mentioned here, but they didn't. So assumption here is you got to assume here that this is what they're meaning. This is divided internally, and they're saying that this point, which is dividing the line segment as into m1:m2. Okay. So this is the formula. If you put the values over here, what you get is, in this case, you will get mx2, right? So m1 into 2. So 1 into 2 plus 2 into 1. So just do this correctly. So you have to write this as x1, y1, and then think of this as x2, y2. So use this formula again to put. So, and this is your M1 and this is your M2 according to this formula. So M1 into X2. So it's better to draw this because sometimes you get confused as well. So 1, 2 is over here, minus 1, 1 is over here. And this is what is your 1 is to 2. And this is the point for which you want to find the coordinate. So you got to multiply 1 with 1. So 1 into 1 plus 2 into 1. So actually it's minus 1. Just be careful. 1 into minus 1 plus 2 into 1 divided by 1 plus 2. So that will come out to be plus 2 minus 1, which is 1, 1 upon 3. So it's coming as plus 1 by 3, it looks like. And this is 2 into 2 plus 1 into 1 divided by 1 plus 2. So this will be 4 plus 5, 5 by 3. Okay, so just check. So this is coming, somehow it's coming as plus. Here it is giving as minus. So let's check it again that we are doing it correctly. So this is your M1. If this is your M1, this is your M2. So M1 into X2, this is your X2, right? So X2 is minus 1. This is minus 1. So 1 into minus 1, this is minus 1. And 2 into 1, which is 2. So 2 plus 2 minus 1 will be 1 and by 3. So this is looking wrong. This is correct, right? So assertion is false, reason is true. So this looks like the answer to this is D to me. Okay, so this is all we have here. Okay,